Muffy's an awesome guy, extremely welcoming, does anything for you. Mostly when you come in the first time, you think, what the hell is this? Because it's super small. But then you play the show and it's super like intimate. People are always wild. Everything is just very easy. You go upstairs, you're in your hotel room. You're in a super nice area in Switzerland. So yeah, I mean, what is there not to like about this? So big up to Muffy for always organizing shows and supporting Born for Pain. It's always a hard one because obviously the one person is not the other, but if kids have a lot of anger and they need to get rid of it, try to get rid of it in a positive environment. Try to hang out with people that you can, like, I mean, our scene, there's a lot of aggression, but positive aggression. People can let out their anger on stage or in front of stage in a way where it's a part of something bigger and where you can direct your anger in a way where you can shout at the world, but don't necessarily have to fight with every person, you know? And I mean, literally fight with every person. And I got a 3.5-year son, and I try to give him all the tools in the toolbox, so to speak, to make the right decisions. I hope he's going to turn out to be a person that's very critical and is mad at some things in the world, because there's enough to be mad about, but not turn out to someone that goes downtown and tries to stab someone with a knife because they mouthed it off to him. That's not the kind of, that's what I hope no one would do. And it's not always easy because not everybody has the same background, and some people have trauma, and some people just might be genetically, because of whatever happened in a family in former generations, might maybe react differently, but I hope everybody would like trying to fight for good in the world. And everybody who's watching this and you feel like this, you're always welcome at a Born for Pain show. I'm sure you're always welcome at a Marble show. I'm sure you're always welcome at any of these shows. And there's a place for you with all of us. So that's my message to all these kids that are angry and they don't know where to go with that.
Consistent surveillance, coercing your conformity.
You know, I know there's a lot of young new kids that are very enthusiastic, because I think hardcore has had, like, I mean, we are a scene that when you play, we're not a mainstream scene. So it has its ups and its downs. And we see that when we play our shows. Sometimes, you know, in one city it was not so good for last time we've been there, and you come back and it's great, you know. And I don't want to sound old, but we all grew up like working very hard, playing a lot of shows, grinding, being on the road a lot, doing a lot of things that where you would say, well, I might not want to do that, you know. And I know life got easier. There's social media, there's Spotify, which you can promote yourself. But seriously, young bands, go on the road, experience how it is to grind it out, because it becomes, and not just because I want to say, like, oh, this is what you need to do, but it will feel very satisfactory to you when you see when it actually makes sense, and you get to learn to know people. You build connections, you build human connections for life, and this is something that the scene has to offer. When you are a jazz musician, jazz is great, but if you're a jazz musician, there's no underground scene in that respect, or a pop musician. You don't experience this. This is a scene that will put you on in Martigny, in a small room under a hotel, where everything around is like a ski resort. And this hardcore lives here too. And so it also does in Zurich, it also does in Munich, it also does in New York, it does in Amsterdam, it does in Berlin, it does in Tokyo. So there's always people that will put you on. So tour, travel, experience what hardcore is. And that's the advice I have for you. And you will have connections for life and friendships for life, which I hope you will appreciate.